Hey guys, and welcome back to another one of my videos. If you are watching this, thank you so much. If you watched my last one, thank you so much. Today I'm going to be showing you how I recreated Blackbear's Me and Your Ghost album cover. This one was really fun and I was really excited to do it. Long exposures are my thing. I love them. Most of you guys saw that with my Francesca Woodman series last semester. It's just, I really like them. So I was really excited to do this. Originally when I was thinking about how I was going to create this, I was either going to do it like a long exposure or I was going to do it where I took two pictures and I just put them together in Photoshop and then turned the opacity down on one of them. But I quickly realized that that would not work as well and I wouldn't achieve the same effect that I wanted that I could with a long exposure. So I'll just go ahead and explain real quickly what my setup looked like. I will include a photo of it in the video, but I decided to not videotape the setup and me taking pictures because really it's just me setting up some lights and my camera and then me taking pictures of myself. So I didn't think people would really find that interesting, but if you do, let me know, and maybe I can put like a little snippet of it in there next time. So my setup, I went to the studio and I had a 2-light setup, and so I set my lights up and then I sat my tripod and my camera in the middle of them, and then I bought these colored gels that you put over studio lights to give it this pink hue, and it worked out really well. I was really impressed with it. I got them off of Amazon. They're about $11, so pretty cheap. So I put the color gel over the lights and that's what made it more pink. Obviously had to do a little bit more work in Lightroom, which I will show you guys in a second, but that is ultimately how I got it so pink. And then I just sat in a chair and I would focus the camera on myself, and then I set the timer on for 10 seconds and I took these photos. So brought them into Lightroom, and I've already edited this one in Lightroom. Really it was me just messing with the colors and the highlights, which I will show you guys over here. These are my settings. I turned the exposure up a little bit, turned the contrast way up, the highlights, and then the whites, because I wanted it to be very bright like his. So that's what I did for the basic settings. And then I went into the color settings in Lightroom. And again, I'm just going through this process because I didn't think people would really find it interesting. But if you do and you want to see me mess with the exposure and the settings before I get into the fun Photoshop stuff, then let me know as well. So these are my color settings. Obviously you can see I messed with the purple and the magenta a lot and the other colors not as much. And that is what I did to make it even more pink than it already was. So here is the before picture, what it looked like when I imported it into into Lightroom. So as you can see, it's pretty dark, kind of red almost. And then here is the after. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it into Photoshop. So I brought it into Photoshop, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to unlock this background layer, but I'm not going to edit on it. I like to keep one layer of the original photo in my working file just in case something were to happen, I were to mess up and I can't undo it. At least I have my original file. So I'm going to be working on layer 1 instead of layer 0. What I did next is I went to filter in Photoshop and I went down to liquify. So I am working off of a college student budget and unfortunately did not have enough money to purchase bigger wings than the ones that I got. I got these wings off of Amazon. They're about $20, but there were some bigger ones for $60 and $70, and I just could not spend that kind of money. So I got these small ones. But thankfully there's tools like Liquify and Photoshop to where you can make the wings bigger. So basically what I did is I just took my liquify tool and I just went along the edges of the wings and pulled it up and out until I got the shape I wanted and the size that I wanted. And then once I was happy with that, I hit OK and applied those changes to the wings. So now obviously you can see they're a bit bigger, just like hers in the album cover. So next, what I needed to do was draw the halo and the white lines that are around the wings. Next, what I did is I took my ellipse tool and I worked on my halo. I set my stroke to 12.66. I know this is super specific, but it was the size that I really liked, so I went with it. And then I just rotated my halo and moved it around until I felt like I was happy with it. And there we go, I have my halo. So now all that's left to do is draw the lines. What I did for that is I went over to my pen tool and I selected the pencil tool. Then I made sure I was drawing on layer 1 and not the ellipse layer. I set my stroke size to around 15 and made sure my pencil was white, and then I just drew around the wings until I got a shape that I wanted. There was really no perfection here with this, because if you look at his album cover, you can tell that they've been drawn on there. They have some like edges to them and ridges and stuff, and so I wanted mine to be imperfect like his, and so I didn't really try super hard with making these perfect straight lines. And so yeah, I just traced around my wings till I got the shape that I wanted, and then of course drew the rays around the halo. So now that we're done with the wings, I'm basically done with this photo. I'm really impressed and happy with how it turned out. I think I did a good job of remaking the album cover while also making it my own, and so I'm really impressed with it. And here are all the others. I'll go ahead and just flip through them real quick so you guys can see. I made about 5 for this set, which I was also very happy and excited about, because the last component I had only one that had 5, but for this component every single photo has 5 photos, so I was super excited about that. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you like it, give it a thumbs up, I guess. But thanks for watching, and I hope you guys come watch the next video.